Kensil Culture, Puppets, Props, Puns, Podcasts.
You shut your mouth. Rob was phone on your head. Oh, hey, it's John Kensil here with Story Time with John Kensil and my partner, Silent Wid. I wish you wouldn't drink so much. But tonight I'm going to tell you a story about a very interesting comedian I really liked growing up, watching on TV, named Murray Langston, otherwise known as the Unknown Comic. He gained popularity in the 70s. You can see him on any TV series, on variety shows like the Brady Bunch, Variety Hour, Donnie and Marie, Sonny and Cher. He's been in several movies like Night Patrol. Just a very funny California comic who had like a vaudeville type act where he wore a big shopping bag on his head. Therefore, he was known as the Unknown Comic. But he was very popular as a kid growing up. He sold a poster of him that was very similar to like Burt Reynolds' poster, where he posed nude in Cosmopolitan magazine, but it was him laying on a couch with a bag over his head and a hoagie bag over his groin. But a very funny guy, and he was very popular all over the place. Vegas, movies, TV shows, Merv Griffin and Johnny Carson, and all over Make Me Laugh. Just a well-known, popular comic, just below like Steve Martin and other guys in the 70s and Robin Williams. He was probably number 3, but he headlined Vegas all the time. Very funny guy. But his biography is really interesting. I love reading comedy biographies. I love it, too, when the comics are honest and they tell a true story, not bragging. Like, I used to hate hearing comics saying, I did a room, and, it was full of yuppies. I'm like, shut up. Just tell the story. And that's why people like comics like Artie Lang and other guys, because they're just honest and tell stories. Well, from Murray Langston's biography, that was released. A great biography to read, too. But he tells a great story. I want to read to you real quick. Where he got a phone call one day in California at his nice new house, and my phone rang. Right, Murray Langston said. And he goes, I said, hello. And the person said, is this Murray Langston? And the gruff voice yelled, let me see. Yeah, this is Murray Langston. And he said, I paused for a moment. I didn't recognize who the voice was. This is Murray Langston saying he doesn't recognize the person yelling at him. All right. So the voice on the other end said, listen, a-hole, this is Frank Sinatra. And if you ever mention my name on television again, I'll break your effing head into a million tiny pieces. You got that? You CSMF. I don't want to curse, sorry. So Murray Langston thought it was his friend kidding around and said, Mom, is that you? Thinking this was my Italian buddy, Joe. Right? I laughed in the receiver. And Sinatra said, this is not your friend Joe, you effing idiot. This is Frank Sinatra. I'm telling you, you better never ever mention my name on TV ever again, or I'll smash your effing face, already effing payment. You effing little P. So I laughed out loud, Murray Langston said, thinking it was my friend Joe. And plus, I thought in my mind, I had never mentioned Frank Sinatra's name in my act or anywhere. I have no jokes about Sinatra. And if I did, I'm sure I hadn't, how would Sinatra even hear about it, right? So I said to the voice on the phone, you can't fool me, Joe. You're the little P. I joked, all right? And then the person said, listen, a-hole, I'm telling you for the last time, this is Frank Sinatra. Oh, yeah, I said, Mr. Sinatra, well, sing my way. Sinatra said, you little sea sucker, all right? And they slammed the phone down. Okay, I hung up, and then the phone rang. So I said, hey, Joe, what's up? Right? And it was Sinatra calling back, right? And he said, this is Sinatra, and I'm not kidding around. So I hung up on him again. He didn't realize he's being yelled at by Sinatra. He thought it was one of his friends joking. So the phone rings a third time. Hear that, Silent Wid? Third time, all right? And he said, yes, this is Murray Langston. And the voice said, "This is Milton Berle. Do you recognize my voice?" And I knew it was Milton Berle. I just worked with him. He said, "Listen, Sinatra just called me, and apparently you didn't think you were talking to him, did you?" Well, no. I thought that was really Frank Sinatra on the phone. Milton Berle said, "Yes, that was Frank." Because I never mentioned him on television. Why was he cursing and threatening to break my legs? Well, apparently you do one of your jokes on Make Me Laugh about him, and he hates when anybody jokes about him. There's a famous story with Jackie Mason, where Jackie Mason said when Frank Sinatra married Mia Farrow, that at night he tucks her in the bed and he puts his teeth in a jar. Sinatra almost had his legs broken because of that. So Murray Langston's saying, I don't recall. He goes, I'm sorry, I don't know, right? And he goes, then I remembered. I was on Make Me Laugh. It was a game show where you had 90 seconds to make someone laugh. And I said a joke that Frank Sinatra recently opened up a halfway house for girls who don't go all the way. That was the joke. Very harmless. Well, Sinatra hated it. He hated it and wanted to kill him for it. But so Murray Langston called the producers of Make Me Laugh and said, could you please take that joke out of the episode? And also, too, I said to the producer, hey, George, guess who just called me? And the producer said, Frank Sinatra. And he said, how'd you know? And he goes, the producer said, who do you think gave him the number? He goes, what'd you give Frank Sinatra my phone number for? He said, because I don't want to have him break my legs. And I just thought that was very interesting, the stories about Sinatra like that. And that's the end of this little segment story. Read Murray Langston's biography.